Welcome into another Fallout 76 video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the new community calendar that Bethesda released earlier this week, talk a little bit about what's coming out and my general thoughts and feelings on the road ahead for 76 into 2023. But before we take a look, and if you're new to the channel, consider clicking that subscribe button for more Fallout content like this and so you never miss out on any videos that I publish. And if you like today's video, make sure to smash that like button so that more people in the Fallout community can see this. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So as mentioned earlier this week, November 22nd, Bethesda released their community calendar for Fallout 76, which gives us an overview as to what's expected over the remaining weeks of 2022 and into the first couple of months of 2023. Now, it's taken me a couple of days to get around to making this video, that with other content I've been editing and working on, but it's given me time to sit down and really analyse what's in store for 76. Not just for the end of year content, but for content that's expected after this date mentioned, at the end of the community calendar, with that very particular but also very intriguing message that goes along with it, March 30th to April 3rd, just a normal weekend. So starting off in December and quite literally a week and a half away, on December 6th, the eagerly anticipated Nuka World on Tour update will be going live. With it, we'll be seeing a brand new scoreboard filled with tons of cosmetic rewards, camp items, and so on. 3 new public events, the Most Wanted event, Spin the Wheel, and Tunnel of Love, where you can unlock new legendary weapons, Nuka-Cola themed items, and so on. Along with Season 11's update, Nuka World also adds the 3rd Nukable location in the world map that will trigger a new world boss event named Seismic Activity, which introduces us to the Ultrasight Titan, which according to Bethesda is the largest creature they've ever introduced into Fallout 76. This event will have you squaring off against not only the world boss itself with unique attacks, but also against waves of mole rats with combat waves. Similar to Scorched Earth and a Colossal Problem, once defeated, you can earn yourself brand new rewards unique to this event, along with ammo, gear, and much more. Now, if you also want to check out the new Season 11 rewards for the new scoreboard yourself, releasing December 6th, they're all available over on the Bethesda website, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. But overall, Nuka World on Tour, in my opinion, is definitely shaping up to deliver some fun and engaging content that will definitely have players returning to the game over the coming weeks and into the new year. Moving on from that, the rest of December is shaping up to deliver the same returning events similar to last year, such as Holiday Scorch returning on December 20th and lasting until January 3rd, along with Bethesda giving players the opportunity to gain bonus in-game currency and double XP, such as Gold Rush kicking off on December 15th through to the 19th, along with double mutations, double XP and score kicking off on December 22nd to the 26th, and script surplus starting on December 29th through to January 2nd. Once December has come and gone, January unfortunately won't be really seeing any new or additional content being added to the game. January will mostly have players gaining additional in-game currency such as Caps Aplenty starting on January 5th through to the 9th, Gold Rush January 12th to 16th, Script Surplus January 19th to 23rd, and lastly we'll be seeing another return of the Treasure Hunters with the Hunt for the Treasure Hunters event kicking off January 26th through to the 30th. So overall, in my own opinion, not a lot for January, but with the content introduced in December, there definitely will be a lot to keep players occupied between the new events and also the scoreboard grind. Moving into the early part of February, we will be seeing more double score, Purveyor sales and Minerva sales, but returning on February 14th through to the 28th, that event we all know and love, the Fasnacht event, will be returning. Personally, I'm delighted to see this return, as I'm a big fan of Fasnacht. Yes, the grind for masks such as rare masks is absolutely painful, and quite honestly, you'd have more luck drawing blood from a stone, but the community interaction and attendance is what drives it for me. So personally, I'm looking forward to it, but coming at the end of February, and finally, Bethesda have given an exact date, Season 11 will be coming to a close with the introduction of Season 12. Unfortunately, there's no news or information regarding what the theme or setting of Season 12 will be, but the fact that it's there is definitely something to look forward to. Finally, moving into March, we'll be seeing more of the same in-game currency bonus weekends with Caps Aplenty, Double Score, Minerva sales, and another bout of the Hunt for the Treasure Hunter event kicking off on March 23rd through to the 27th. Now, before we discuss that very sus March 30th to April 3rd message, I want to draw attention to the header of this particular month where it says New Events, Season, and More. So, as it states, Bethesda will apparently be introducing not just a new event, but events, plural. So we'll be seeing more events within the public rotation. Now, this leaves me with a theory, and I could be wrong on this, but it makes me believe that Bethesda will be doing something similar to what we seen earlier this year, whereas in June we were introduced with the Tester Metal update, which brought 3 new events, Tester Metal, Moonshine Jamboree and Eviction Notice, and also a brand new scoreboard with Season 9. If this is the case and we'll be seeing something similar, then honestly, taking out the in-game currency weekends, which honestly at this stage are really just fillers on the community calendar and not really content, then from December through to March, there's definitely going to be a lot to keep players occupied, between Season 11 and all the new events and the World Boss events, which definitely will keep players busy through to February, Fasnacht returning mid-February, again Season 12 and new events, plural, kicking off at the end of February, beginning of March. The first quarter of 2023 is definitely shaping up to be pretty interesting. Now, the last thing listed on the community calendar, which states from March 30th to April 3rd, is just a normal weekend. In my own opinion, this is more than likely one of three things. Firstly, we'll be led to believe that this is definitely sarcasm and most definitely won't be a normal weekend, because obviously April Fool's Day is that weekend. But again, who knows, it more than likely could be Bethesda trolling everyone to get super hyped about April 1st, and then April 1st rolls around and hey, free trail fireworks in the Atomic Store that day. But considering that it's more than likely sarcasm, we could possibly see maybe a triple XP weekend? Secondly, we could see the announcement of a new expedition slated for mid-2023, and I'll touch on that in just a moment. But lastly, we could, and I hope to God that this is what it will be, but we could possibly see the announcement of a new story-based DLC. I've said it multiple times in multiple videos that we need to see another introduction of a Steel Dawn / Steel Rain sized storyline in the game, but this time from the perspective of the Enclave. Honestly, it needs to be done, and this is what I'm hoping for, and also as well for a few reasons. Firstly, we need to take into consideration that around this time, more than likely we'll have an exact date for Starfield being released. Yeah, remember that game that got delayed to early 2023? Well, early 2023 is around that time, so more than likely when it releases, 76 will see a big dip in player numbers, which honestly, it's inevitable. But for the longevity of this game, and I know that they mentioned that this game was mapped out for the next 5 years, but if player numbers dwindle, those ideas and possibilities get thrown out the window. I mean, look at Nuclear Winter and other modes. Player numbers dropped and it was straight to the chopping block. But for the longevity of this game, I hope this particular weekend we see the announcement of a new DLC, maybe another world boss and a lot more. Because looking at the later part of 2023 and into 2024, and yes, I know we don't have a community calendar showcasing that far, but there's definitely going to be a lot out there for players to keep them engaged in other games like Starfield and other titles. So this is where I hope Bethesda delivers some concrete news for the remainder of 2023. And hopefully by this time, a roadmap for the entire year similar to what we've gotten with previous years gets released. Now before we wrap up this video today, the last point I want to touch on is Expeditions. So Expeditions, if you all remember, was released back in September of this year, and considering that nowhere on the community calendar is there any mention of new missions being added, and if we're led to believe that the community calendar we see after this could possibly have some announcement of that, that basically means that Expeditions won't have seen or won't see any new content in almost 6 or 7 months. And more than likely because it did take the team quite a bit of time to implement and release the Pit, and apparently work for the Pit began in the early part of this year, February or March I believe, then more than likely we won't see any new missions for the Pit or any new area until quite possibly August or September of next year, which in my own opinion is quite disappointing to see, due to the extra resources from other studios now working on 76, but on the other hand is understandable considering world spaces need time to create, voice lines need to be recorded, and general behind the scenes coding needs to be worked on with an engine that is still being used from the Fallout 4 days. But again, this is where I hope in the coming months we see the release of a 2023 roadmap, which more than likely we will see, that will answer a lot of these questions. But for now, that's everything from the community calendar, my thoughts and feelings, but I'd love to know your thoughts and feelings in the comments section below. Until then, thanks for checking out today's video, and as always, if you liked today's video and if you're new to the channel, consider clicking that subscribe button for more Fallout content like this, and so you never miss out on any videos that I publish. I want to say a massive thank you to all of our subscribers over here on YouTube and over on Twitch, as it means the world to me that you enjoy my content and the work that I produce. For our Bethesda fans, if you find yourself shopping on the Bethesda store and would like to support the channel, you can use my creator code BTPineapple112 to receive 20% off of your purchases at checkout. And also, if you'd like to support the channel in a more personal way, consider checking out my merch store, which has an array of t-shirts, mugs, and other pineapple related merch, which I'll leave a link to in the description of this video. And lastly, to you, the viewer, the person who stumbled upon this video, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, Vault Dwellers, stay safe out there in the wasteland, welcome to Vault 93, and I'll catch you all in the next video.